What is your biggest accomplishment?
Probably hitting 135 on bench press.
Okay. What is your biggest memory? Or your best memory?
Going boating in the summer with my friends.
What is your biggest goal in the next 5 years?
Probably to go to college at MSU.
What are your biggest fears?
Losing like one of my best friends.
If 5 people were standing on a train track with an approaching train that could hit them, if you could push just one of them in front of the train to save the rest of the people, would you do it, or would you let all 5 of them die?
Probably let all 5 of them die.
Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I'd be able to fly.
And why?
Go anywhere.
Okay. Thank you. What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment would be getting promoted at my job.
All right. What is your best memory?
Best memory is going to all 30 baseball stadiums with my dad and grandpa.
Okay. What is your biggest goal in the next 5 years?
Biggest goal in the next 5 years would be to advance in my career and job.
All right. What are your biggest fears?
Biggest fears are, I would say, not being successful.
Okay. All right. If 5 people were standing on a train track with an approaching train that could kill all of them, if you could push just one person in front of the train to save the rest of the people, would you do it, or would you let all 5 of them die? Sorry.
Honestly, I don't think I'd be able to push somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know if that's worse or not.
Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
My superpower would be to read people's minds.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is your biggest accomplishment?
I would say it is my kids, my children, for sure.
Okay. What is your best memory?
There's probably a lot of them, but it's probably taking your kids to the beach or to Michigan's Adventures or like Disneyland when you were little. So probably one of those times when you guys were like really little.
Okay. How is your biggest goal, or what is your biggest goal in the next 5 years?
Probably have a house so you guys have more of a permanent place to come to. So that would probably be helpful.
All right. How is life similar to when you were growing up? Like, how is life today?
I think there's always, I notice with young teenage kids that everything gets very busy and stressful and there's never enough time. So it just seems like it's the same now, just with different things to do, but it's just always, it's always busy and there's never enough time to do everything.
Okay. How is life today different from when you were growing up as a teenager?
Well, that's easy. The kids today got too much electronics and stuff. And we didn't have that. We did more stuff that didn't revolve around electronics and TVs and computers. So that to me is the biggest gap.
Okay. That leads to our next question. Would you like to change spots with a teenager today and grow up with today's technologies, and why?
No.
No, you wouldn't? Why not?
Just because there's just too much, because I really enjoyed growing up when I grew up.
Okay. If you could offer one piece of advice to teenagers today, what would it be?
It would probably be to work hard now so it benefits you later. But don't not have fun along the way because you're only young once. So don't not participate in things because you think you have to work.
Okay.
So.
All right. And here's a question. If 5 people were standing on a train track with an approaching train that could hit all of them, if you could push just one of them in front of the train to save the rest, would you do it, or would you rather let all 5 of them get killed?
Well, I would try and save one of them.
If you could push one of them in front of the train to save the rest, would you do it, or is that wrong?
No, I wouldn't do that. I would try and save them all, if that's possible.
Okay. All right, thank you for your time. First question is, what is your biggest accomplishment?
Well, I got a nice family.
Nice family. Okay. All right. And what is your best memory?
Oh, I grew up good. I always had a nice time as a teenager.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. What is your biggest goal in the next 5 years?
well, I hope I can still live in this expensive house.
Okay. All right. How is your life now similar to when you were growing up?
Oh, about the same. I always lived pretty happy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How is life different from when you were a teenager?
Well, I think life is better for me now.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah. How so?
Well, I live more comfortable. I got a nice family. So,
All right. Would you like to change spots with a teenager like me today and grow up in today's world? Or would you rather
no, I liked it the way I was.
like the way you grew up better? Okay. If you could offer one piece of advice to teenagers today, what would it be?
Well, just be honest and work hard and you'll get ahead.
Okay, that's good advice. And the last question is, if 5 people were standing on a train track with an approaching train that could hit them, if you could just push one of them in front to save the rest, would you do it? Or would you let all 5 of them die?
I would try to get all of them off.
Try to get all of them? All right, thank you for your time.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Coco.